today I'm talking about shepherd's purse, and I was confusing myself when I was looking this up. I was spelling it like 5 different ways, but this was the most common way that I've seen it spelled. But it's Tickces+Yuma pastoris, and the reason why I chose this weed is I think it's actually kind of a pretty weed, and it looks kind of dainty in the field and stuff. I don't think it's so that's why I kind of liked it. And then my friend, he works out in Dome Valley, and so he had a lot of fields that had this type of weed in it. So I thought, and they were experienced farmers, so I thought that it was a good weed to select. So the group, it's a dicot. The family is Brassicaceae. It's a mustard. The duration is a winter annual. Therefore, germination takes place throughout the summer, fall, and winter. And the shepherd's purse has the same life cycle as a summer annual, as they do not have below-ground reproductive systems. And the growth habits of forward herb, and then the origin, it's native to Europe. So some of the common names, there was a whole spiel of them, but again, it's shepherd purse is the most common, but bad man's oatmeal, I don't really know all these, how they came about, but I thought they were pretty interesting. We can keep the list. So a little bit about what the plant kind of looks like. So the shepherds produce laterally at the base, so it kind of forms a rosette, and these are just kind of like hand-drawn diagrams that I found, but I'll get into some more features, but they produce laterally at the base, and there's a lobe, and these are jagged edges within the leaves here. This is the seed pod, and those are found at the top where the flowers are, and the flowers are white, and they come off like a one stem, and then these offshoots are all like a little bit adjacent from each other and kind of offset as you work up. And then again, here's just a seed pod. It's kind of a heart shape, and I'll get into some more actual photos. So here's the picture of the seed pod. You can see how it breaks open, the seeds disperse, and it's still in that heart shape kind of format. The seed, it's orange, well, red to orange to brownish in color, and range from 0.5 millimeters to about 1 millimeter in length. And then these seeds can be dispersed through irrigation, water, animals, birds that eat the plants, tractor tires, various things. When they're so small that they can easily be picked up and transported. And here's an example of a seedling. So again, we see that the leaves are coming, pointing outwards from the base of the plant with the lobe. The cotyledons are oblong shaped with rounded blunt tips. They're pale green in color and average around 2 to 5 millimeters in length. And the true leaves have tiny hairs on them. So that's what it said. This weed, when you're out there looking in the field, it's a little bit more identifiable or distinguishable from other weeds because of little tiny gray hairs that are on the tips of the And this is kind of a bad picture, but this was a picture out in Dome, and you can see that shepherd's purse is all along in the furrows, on top of the beds, and in between head lettuce plants. And then there's a picture of mature. It hasn't, shut those stems off and the flowering yet, but you can see again how all of us described how these weeds can take away the nutrients from the plants and they're competing. So I thought that this was a good picture to kind of incorporate. There's some more pictures, a little bit better photo than the one before, of how they can kind of just congregate and take over a field. And so a full-grown plant is on the photo on the left side, and you can see that the white flowers are coming up through the base of through the stem. And a mature plant averages around 20 inches, and the leaves are all not one size and tend to vary in shape and size at the base. Again, they're deeply lobed. And then here's the picture of the flowers. So each flower contains 4 white petals, and then there's sepals also, and those are pale green to light green in color. And then the seed pod, also called the fruit of the weed. They consist of flat, heart-shaped pods, and the weed is easily identifiable settle from other plants because of these pods too, since they're kind of heart-shaped or triangular shape. The seed pods tend to have 2 chambers or compartments, and they're separated with like kind of a, if you put this back together here, there tends to be kind of like a lobe on that as well. So when the 2 chambers separate, the seeds disperse. And then again, there's another kind of map picture. And then this is what I kind of found interesting. So incorporating everything that we've learned, and what other PCAs in this class have talked about too. If you have a favorable environment, a susceptible host, and a pathogen, it can create problems. So in this case, the shepherd's purse acts as the susceptible host, and in some environments out in John right now, they're experiencing a hard time, and so and then there's a pathogen, and right now downy mildew is coming on. So downy mildew is strongly correlated with shepherd's purse. So you want to make sure that you have these plants out of your field so you don't get that downy mildew in there. And then I took this picture like about a week ago in the morning, and this was off Avenue B in about almost County 12. And so I thought it was really cool to see all these people out in the field kind of lined up in that. I think that's what Emily, but this was after you're talking about when they went to the field like this. So I guess here, I'm not sure, these look like goosefoot out there, but if it was shepherd's purse, or whatever, then they want to take them out of the field, and you can kind of see the bags and things carry around. I thought that was kind of cool. There's just an up close picture. And then some of the control methods to control shepherd's purse, 2 of them that could be used in lettuce and other crops, brassicas, curve and goaltender. Partial control is 2,4-D, and then no control is big one and B-bar. So again, just as Barry was discussing, they're probably going to have a hard time now trying to control this weed in leaf lettuce without that use of curve. So thank you very much.